This is an exclusive video from WOLnews.com.
We're in Madison, New Jersey, and the sun's going down. Beautiful day for football, and Lycoming College won the game 17-10, and it's so important to go out with a win and a winning season. What a great game. Tougher than some people might see or realize by the score.
Well, John, there's no real easy ones. I mean, some days everything clicks and you win maybe by more than you should, but it's in our conference, which is a really well-balanced league, you got to show up every day. I mean, this group, even though they struggled down the stretch and you know, after being 3-0, you know, they were up 21 points on Lebanon Valley, who's not a bad team. You never know in our conference, and you match up differently with different opponents, and you know, some of your strengths trump, you know, different teams' weaknesses, and you know, other teams, you know, handle our strengths better. So it's a great win today. Look, they're all good. I mean, Coach Girardi told me that one a couple years ago, and do you wish you won every game by 50? Yeah, I mean, but that's not realistic, and at any level. I mean, a couple years ago, even the Patriots, everyone thought was going to be, you know, thought we're going to be undefeated, and you know, end up losing, and you know, you do your best. You know, our kids compete. As coaches, we try to get those guys as prepared as possible and put them in great situations. And you know, short of the one turnover today, I thought we played a pretty good football game. Yeah,
you did, and it's kind of sad to see some of what I call the biggies go out. Ryan Wagaman, what a man.
You know, John, that group, all the seniors, but Ryan, I think, is special. You know, in terms of his ability, great kid, just a big, strong, tough, physical, great hands, good route runner. I mean, he's absolutely the best wide receiver in our conference. It's not even close. People know we're going to throw him the ball, and they try to take him out of games, and it just doesn't happen. So, you know, to even try to compare any of our young guys to him is not fair to them, but we do have some talented young guys that you hope develop into the same kind of worker that Ryan was, the same kind of guys that will invest the time that Ryan did to you know, make the most of his ability.
Just a little bit about Josh Kleinfelder, just Mr. All-Career everything.
He's a tremendous kid. You know, you look at the article that Joe wrote the other day that was on our website about him and where he fits, and Coach Girardi and I have talked about this, and you can't say when you've had as many great players as we've had, it's hard to really identify maybe the best at every position because there have been so many good ones. But when you look at all the really good rushers that we've had through the 80s into the 90s and you know, into 2000 and now this decade, to be at the top of those lists statistically with some of the running backs that we've had is really, really impressive. And you know, again, I told Joe, and I stand by it, I won't say that Josh is the best running back to ever play here, but he's in the conversation, and if he's on all those teams, they're good teams. I mean, you know, he might play ahead of those guys. I don't know, and some of my buddies will give me a hard time about that. I'm sure I'll get some phone calls about that statement if those guys watch this, but I don't care. Our alums should be proud that kid, that he deserves those records. He does. He's very talented, and he's a hard worker, and anyone that's ever worn our uniform should be proud that Josh did too.
Yeah. I know you don't get a whole lot of chance to rest. You're going to enjoy this win, the bus ride back if you're going on the bus, but what do you do now Monday at 3 o'clock? That's we've had a lot of conversations on Wednesdays at 3. What's a Monday at 3 look like for you?
My wife will probably tell me to come home, but we're going to start to this year. We'll have a team meeting tomorrow, just to talk to our seniors and the young guys about the banquet in the off season and those sort of things. And then Monday in the afternoons this week, we're going to have exit interviews. We're going to start as coaches to make recruiting calls to high schools and plan our trips for, you know, a couple of days before Thanksgiving and really the week of like November 29th leading up to Christmas. So, you know, we've got a lot of work to do. There's really no rest for the weary. Instead of going in early tomorrow morning, you know, I'll probably head over to the office a little bit before that meeting tomorrow. I'm sure there's some things that need to be done around the house. My garage is a little cluttered, and gotta make some room to get my car in there for the winter. So, we'll Monday at 3. I'll be meeting with some players, but I won't be getting home Monday night. At 7 or 8 like I usually do. We'll be home a little bit earlier than that, and I'll get a chance to spend some more time with my family.
Well, the pressure must be off. It must be a big weight off your shoulders, and a winning season now, 2 out of 3 years, and I'll bet it won't be long. You'll be looking towards next year.
Yeah, probably tomorrow we'll start that. I mean, you'll still miss the guys. I mean, the sting, at least until you get to the banquet. You're going to continue to think about, man, how do you replace some of the names we talked about? Even defensively, Chuck Bolito, Matt Lancidal's knowledge on the offensive line, a couple, Tim Trelanza in the kicking game, both our top 2 tight ends. Ryan Williams is a great special teams player.
Josh Dixon.
Mark Ryan, Josh Dixon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of guys that are all brought different elements to our team that, will the young guys be able to, because we do have talent, are those guys going to be able to now, produce the work ethic that the other guys didn't really maximize their talents the way that some of our senior guys did?
Well, enjoy the evening and the weekend. Thanks for all you've done for us, as we said before on Wednesday. It's been a fun year.
It has been, John, and we really appreciate, like I've told you before, everything that you do for us. And there's a lot of small schools out there that don't get the attention that we get. And I'm really, I know that our staff and our players and their families really appreciate everything you do for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Go Warriors.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it. I am going on the bus, so we'll see.
Thanks, Coach.